Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, May 20th, 2022. Big show today. NBA Conference Finals, Stanley Cup Round 2, Major League Baseball, WNBA, Major League Soccer, golf, NASCAR, American Idol, finale, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the NBA playoffs, the conference finals. We'll recap the games from last night and look ahead to the weekend's games. The Celtics absolutely destroyed the Heat last night. 127 to 102 to even up the conference finals at 1 apiece. Jason Tatum, 27 points for Boston. Jimmy Butler had 29 points and 3 assists. Now tonight, 9 o'clock on TNT of the Mavericks and the Warriors. My projection for this game is Golden State by 5, total of 214 and 3/5. And it is 6 and 214. So again, I have a little edge on Dallas. Do I feel good about it? No, because of how good Golden State has been. So I'm going to take Dallas getting the points. But it's like a slight lean towards Dallas. And Saturday night in prime time, 8:30 on ABC, you have the Celtics and the Heat. Game 3 from Boston at the TD Garden. My projection for this one is Celtics by 2, total of 215 and the 5th. And it is Celtics 6.5, total 208.5. I think that is classic, go reactionary to what we saw in Game 2, but I really like the over in this game. So give me the over, and I'd parlay that with the plus 6.5 for the Celtics. And Sunday, 9 o'clock TNT, Warriors Mavericks. If Dallas wins, it's Dallas by 2. And if Golden State wins tonight, it'll be Dallas by 1. Total TBD. And I'm going to say that the Mavericks will win on Sunday, but Golden State will win tonight. Now I'll move on to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. We will recap yesterday's 2 games, look ahead to everything for the weekend. Lightning over the Panthers should have won to take a 2-0 series lead. Number 3 started the game with 26 saves on 28 shots. Sergei Bobrovsky. Number 2 started the game with 35 saves on 36 shots. Andrei Vasilevsky. And the number 1 started the game with the go-ahead goal, Ross Colton. Blues over the Avalanche 4-1 to even up the series at 1 apiece, amazingly enough. The number 3 started the game with the goal, Gabriel Landeskog. Number 2 started the game with 30 saves on 31 shots, Jordan Binghamton. Number 1 started the game with 2 goals, David Perron. Now tonight, 8 o'clock, ESPN, Rangers Hurricanes. I'm surprised that game's out at 8, not 7 or 7:30. It's interesting. Canes are minus 172, Rangers plus 142, over under 5.5. Overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 182. Canes minus 1.5 is plus 150. I have a feeling there's going to be more goals in this game than there were in Game 1, so I'm going to go with the over. 10:30 on ESPN, you have the Oilers and the Flames. The Flames are minus 178. The Oilers are plus 146, over under 6.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Oilers plus 1.5 is minus 164. Flames minus 1.5 is plus 136. For this one, I'm going to go with the push. The tie after regulation at plus 350. This great rivalry's got to go to overtime at least once, right? So I'm going to bank on it being tonight. And then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on TNT, you have the Avalanche and the Blues. So one game on the morrow because of arena availability. Avs are minus 164. Blues are plus 136. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 134. Unders plus 110. Avs minus 1.5 is plus 142. Blues plus 1.5 is minus 172. I like the under a lot. It's viable, plus 110. It was under the first two games, and I think it's going to stay the course here with the plus money. Sunday, 3:30 ESPN. 1:30 TNT of the Panthers and the Lightning. The Panthers are minus 113, Lightning minus 106, over under 6.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Panthers minus 1.5 is plus 205, Lightning plus 1.5 is minus 255. The Panthers got to win a game in the series, right? I'm going to say get them here at a great number at minus 113 just to win. 3:30 ESPN Hurricanes Rangers from Madison Square Garden. Lines aren't up yet. But if the Rangers are a dog in Game 3, I'd bet them. And 8 o'clock on ESPN2, you have the Flames and the Oilers. I don't think the Oilers are going to be a dog in Game 3. But if they are, I would bet them. But even if they're a slight favorite, minus 115, I would take it. I'd bet the Oilers up to minus 116 in that scenario. So I think that all these series will be 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 Canes, 2-1 Bolts, 2-1 Flames, and why not 2-1 Blues? All right, Major League Baseball, we'll go over the games from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Padres over the Phillies 2-zip. Mets over the Cardinals 7-6-10 on a walk-off homer by Peter Alonso. Reds over the Guardians 4-2. White Sox over the Royals 7-4. Orioles over the Yankees 9-6 on a walk-off 3-run shot by Anthony Santander. Red Sox over the Mariners 12-6. D-backs over the Cubs 3-1, and the Astros over the Rangers 5-1. And now today's games. All right, first up, 2:20 of the D-backs and the Cubs from Wrigley. Humberto Castellanos and Kyle Hendricks. The Cubs are probably favored, and they are. Minus 138. D-backs plus 118, over under 11. Overs minus 104, unders minus 106. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 154. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 128. I'm going with the under. 6:30 Apple TV of the Cardinals and the Pirates. Adam Wainwright and Zach Thompson. Cardinals minus 156. Pirates plus 132. Over under 8. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Cards minus 1.5 is plus 104. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 125. I like the under. Braves Marlins. Charlie Morton and Trevor Rogers. Braves minus 120. Marlins plus 102. Over under 7.5. Overs plus 102. Unders minus 124. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 134. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 162. I'm going with the Marlins here as a home dog. 7 o'clock, White Sox, Yankees. Dallas Keuchel and Nestor Cortez. Yanks minus 220. White Sox plus 184, over under 8.5. Overs minus 115, unders minus 105. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 115. Yankees minus 1.5 is minus 104. It's crazy that the Yankees are this big of a favorite at home against a team that has contending aspirations in the White Sox. That tells me that they know something. I'm going to go... I'm going to play a different play here. Under 4.5 first half total runs. Dodgers, Phillies. Julio Urias and Ranger Suarez. Dodgers minus 146, Phils plus 124, over under 9, overs even money, unders minus 122. Dodgers minus 1/2 is plus 108. Phillies plus 1/2 is minus 130. Kind of like the over in that game. Bullpen's collapsing potential. Rays Orioles. Jalen Beeks and Tyler Wells. Rays minus 134, Orioles plus 130, over under 8.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Rays minus 1/2 is minus 102. Orioles plus 1/2 is minus 118. I'm going with the Orioles. 49.6% chance to win on ESPN Analytics, and they're that nice of an underdog. Reds Blue Jays. Luis Castillo and Hyunjin Ryu. Blue Jays minus 184, Reds plus 154, over under 8.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Reds plus 1/2 is minus 137, Blue Jays minus 1/2 is plus 114. I love the Reds plus 154 to knock off the Blue Jays. 47.1% chance to win, and they're plus 154. Tigers Guardians. Tariq Skubal and Aaron Savali. Tigers minus 116, Guardians minus 102, over under 8.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Tigers minus 1/2 is plus 126, Guardians plus 1/2 is minus 152. I'm taking the Guardians. Next up is the Mariners and the Red Sox. Robbie Ray and Michael Wacha. Red Sox minus 116, Mariners minus 102, over under 8.5, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Mariners minus 1/2 is plus 168, Red Sox plus 1/2 is minus 205. I think the prices are just about right. I'll go with the over in this game. 8 o'clock, you have the Twins and the Royals. Devin Smeltzer and Daniel Lynch. The Twins are minus 126, Royals plus 108, over under 8.5, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Twins minus 1/2 is plus 122, Royals plus 1/2 is minus 146. For this game, I'm going to go first half under minus 115, but I don't feel good about it. First half under under 4.5 minus 115. Rangers Astros at Apple TV. Martin Perez and Christian Javier. Astros minus 174, Rangers plus 146, over under 8, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Rangers plus 1/2 is minus 138, Astros minus 1/2 is plus 115. Astros run line is the pick. Nationals Brewers. Eric Feed and Eric Lauer. Brewers minus 100, Nats plus 168, over under 8, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Nats plus 1/2 is minus 125, Brewers minus 1/2 is plus 104. This one I'm going to go with the Brewers run line, but I don't feel good about it. 8:30 Mets Rocks. Carlos Carrasco and German Marquez. Mets minus 142, Rocks plus 120, over under 10. Overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Mets minus 1/2 is plus 106. Rockies plus 1/2 is minus 128. I like the Rockies plus 120. ESPN Analytics, 50.9% chance to win. 9:30, A's Angels. Paul Blackburn and Chase Silseth. Angels minus 180, A's plus 152, over under 8, minus 110 each way. A's plus 1/2 is minus 140, Angels minus 1/2 is plus 116. I like the over. And last but not least, 10:15, you have the Padres and the Giants. Huge game in the NL West. Sean Manaea and Jacob Junis. Giants minus 112, Pods minus 104, over under 7.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Pods minus 1/2 is plus 152, Giants plus 1/2 is minus 184. I like San Francisco, minus 112. I'm not usually big on the Giants and picking them, but this is a good spot for them. Minus 112 is a slight favorite. All right, weekend, Saturday, 1 o'clock, White Sox, Yankees, 2:20, D-backs, Cubs, 3 o'clock, Reds, Blue Jays, 4 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Padres, Giants, Mariners, Red Sox, 6 o'clock, Dodgers, Phils, Braves, Marlins, Tigers, Guardians, 6:30, Cardinals, Pirates, 7 o'clock, Rays, Orioles, Twins, Royals, Rangers, Astros, Nats, Brewers, 8 o'clock, Mets, Rocks, 9 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, A's, Angels. Then Sunday, 11:30 on Peacock, Cardinals, Pirates, 1:30, Dodgers, Phils, Mariners, Red Sox, Rays, Orioles, Reds, Blue Jays, Braves, Marlins, Tigers, Guardians, 2 o'clock, Twins, Royals, Rangers, Astros, Nats, Brewers, D-backs, Cubs at 2:20, 3 o'clock, Mets, Rockies, 4 o'clock, Padres, Giants, Angels hosting the A's, and Sunday Night Baseball is the White Sox and the Yankees. So it should be a fun weekend in baseball. WNBA is next. We'll go over the results from last night and look ahead to what should be a fun weekend of games. Commissioner's Cup bases over the Lynx 93-87. And another Commissioner's Cup game, Wings over the Mercury 94-84. So tonight, all Commissioner's Cup games, 7 o'clock, you have the Fever and the Sun. In terms of a pick for this game, I am going to... Ooh, that's a big number for the Sun. I'm going to actually take Indiana getting all the points. 7:30 on Twitter, Mystics Dream. The Dreamer favorite 1.5, total 159.5. Late 1.5 with Atlanta, I don't feel good about it. And then 10 o'clock, you have the Sparks and the Storm. The Storm are favored by 7.5, total 157.5. I'm taking LA getting the points on the road. Saturday, 3 o'clock, ABC, Mercury, Aces. There's no betting stuff out for that game or any of Sunday's games. And then Commissioner's Cup at 8 o'clock, Lynx, Wings. Sunday, 2 o'clock, you have the Sun and the Fever. And then Sky and the Mystics, 3 o'clock on ABC. Both of those are Commissioner's Cup games. All right, Major League Soccer, we'll go over the weekend slate. Not as busy as it usually is because a lot of teams played on Wednesday. So, on Saturday, 3:30 of Columbus and LAFC, 4 o'clock DC United and Toronto, 6 o'clock Cincinnati and New England, 7:30 Atlanta at Nashville. Sunday, 4 o'clock Salt Lake at Montreal, 5 o'clock Vancouver at Charlotte, Chicago at the NYCFC. If I had to guess, this is at Citi Field. Yup. Because the Yankees have a home game that day. 6 o'clock, the Red Bulls at Miami. 7 o'clock, Minnesota at Dallas. 7:30, Kansas City at San Jose. 8 o'clock, Orlando at Austin. Seattle at Colorado. Houston at the Galaxy. And 10 o'clock, you have Philadelphia at Portland. So, an interesting slate for the weekend. All right, now we'll look at the current leaderboard at the PGA Championship. And your leader right now with a score of 5 under is Rory McIlroy. Tied for second with 4 under is Walter Zalatoris and Taylor Hogue. Tied for fourth with 3 under, Matt Kuchar, Abraham Ancer, and Justin Thomas, my pick. Tied for 7th with 2 under, Chris Kirk, Mito Pereira, Xander Schauffele, Cam Smith, Kevin Na, Davis Riley, Matt Fitzpatrick, Lucas Herbert, and Joaquin Niemann. Tied for 16th with 1 under, Tony Finau, Stuart Stink, Dean Brewmister, Patrick Reed, Thomas Peters, Bayo Hostler, Taylor Gooch, Ken Cooley, Webb Simpson, Pat Kazir, and Aaron Weiss. Tied for 27th at even, Robert McIntyre, Alex Loren, Tyrell Hatton, Max Homa, Victor Hovland, Gary Woodland, Ryan Fox, Francesco Molinari, Brandon Steele, Shane Lowry, and Ryan Henley. Now notables, tied for 38th with 1 under, or 1 over, Kevin Strillman, Kremer Hickok, Justin Rose, Saiwoo Kim, Sam Burns, Cam Young, Seamus Power, Harold Varner III, Ricky Fowler, Jason Day, Scotty Scheffler, Adam Schenk, Seb Straka, Tommy Fleetwood, and Charles Schwartzel. Tied for 56 with 2 over. Hideki Matsuyama, Cam Davis, Jordan Spieth, Jason Duffner, Bubba Watson, Lucas Griffin, Cam Triangle, Mark Leishman, Keegan Bradley, Colin Morikawa, Henrik Stenson, J.J. Spawn, Kevin Kisner, Keith Mitchell. Tied for 78th with 3 over. Ryan Palmer, Dylan McCarthy, Matt Jones, Adam Hadwin, and Yerbon Lahiri, John Rahm, Brandon Grace, Daniel Berger, Luis Olson, Sergio Garcia, Maverick McNeely, Jonathan Vegas, Joel Dahman. Tied for 99th with 4 over. Tiger Woods, Sebastian Munoz, Brian Harmon, Hudson Swafford, Russell Knox, Jason Kokrak, Cam Champ, Zach Johnson, Luke West. Tied for 114th with 5 over. Lucas Glover, Lee Westwood, Brooks Koepka, Evan Van Rooyen. Tied for 122nd with 6 over. Corey Connors, Patrick Cantlay, Ian Poulter, Matt Wolff. Tied for 130th with 7 over. Mackenzie Hughes, Adam Scott. Tied for 138th with 8 over. Scott Stallings. Tied for 150th with 9 over. Carlos Ortiz. And that's it among notables. Now we'll do some NASCAR talk. We have a couple races this weekend. We have the Truck Series tonight, 8:30 on Fox Sports 1 from Texas. Your odds for the race are brought to you by DraftKings. I just feel that they have better NASCAR odds than FanDuel. I feel like I say this every Friday on the podcast. So the SpeedyCash.com 220. My pick. I'm going to go with Ben Rhodes at 12-1. I think that's a good odds for Ben Rhodes. So that's going to be my pick. And then the Xfinity, 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. The SRS Distribution 250 for this race. I'm going to go with Brandon Jones at 15-1 to win the SRS Distribution 250. We do not have odds for the Open yet. But so the Open is on at 5:30, and then the All-Star race is on at 8. So I don't have odds right here to win the Open, which is weird. I just have the All-Star race odds. So my pick to win the All-Star race from Texas. I'm going to go with... They always say stick to your gut. I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin, 12-1 to win the All-Star race. But to win the Open, there's no odds for that out yet. But I could see it being like a Chase Briscoe or something like that if he's in it. So I'm just going to throw that out there. If Chase Briscoe's in the race, that's the pick. Him or Austin Cindric. I would go with one of those two drivers to win that race. All right, now I'm going to talk about American Idol. The finale is on Sunday. You're down to 3. It's Hunter Girl, it's Leah, and it's Noah. Should be a great show. It's a 3-hour show. A ton of special guests, including Carrie Underwood, Michael Bublé, and a lot more. I think there's going to be a lot of Idol alumni here because it's the 20th anniversary. I know they had the big anniversary show a couple weeks ago, but I think you'll see more alumni. You might see Randy and Paula back for this episode. Maybe Simon's back. Who knows? But it should be a great show. And right now I'm going to predict the winner. All right, your second runner-up of American Idol Season 20, I believe, will be Leah Marlene. And your winner of American Idol Season 20 will be Hunter Girl. Hunter Girl's been the best all year. Pretty much it's been between her and a couple others, but she's been the most consistent. I think she's absolutely fabulous. I think she has a bright future ahead of her. She's a beautiful girl, and I think that she's going to win Season 20 of American Idol, and your runner-up will be Noah Thompson. So, there you have it, my picks for the finale for American Idol. All right, news and notes really quick that I'd like to get to. PJ Tucker to undergo MRI for a knee as he suffered a left knee contusion, and will have further tests today. So that could be a big loss for the Heat. Max Scherzer out 6 to 8 weeks with a moderate to high grade internal oblique strain. That is a big loss for the Mets, especially with DeGrom out, and then you lose Scherzer. Now Chris Bassett's under so much pressure to step up, and now the Mets really are under pressure to go trade for yet another starting pitcher. And among the candidates is Frankie Montas. And among other teams interested are the Twins, White Sox, Cardinals, and Yankees. Anthony Rizzo gets ejected from yesterday's game against the Orioles after disagreeing with an umpire's call. That cost the Yankees the game yesterday, low-key, because there's the error that Josh Donaldson had in the ninth inning. And DJ LeMay was playing out of position. So that cost them the game low-key. Or helped cost them the game. Or maybe the walk-off homer happened to 2 outs rather than 1. But that really was a costly mistake by Josh Donaldson, because Anthony Rizzo would have caught that ball probably. And it was just an ugly scene with Rizzo's ejection. Juan Soto likely not to be traded, as it might be more smoke than fire. Scott Boras says it's not happening. The Mets' proposed trade for Chris Paddock was spiked after Mets doctors raised concerns about Paddock, who's obviously just got Tommy John surgery. The San Francisco Giants are seen as a contender to land Aaron Judge in his upcoming free agency. Put him on that team. They finally had themselves a big bat in their lineup that other teams of really fear every time he's at the plate. Nolan Gorman got promoted to the big leagues with Tyler O'Neill heading to the injured list, as he will start at second base versus the Pirates today. And Matthew Liberatore got called up too, the pitcher. And these two have been best friends since age 5. So that is so cool. So the saga continues in the college football shouting game. So Travis Hunter was a Jackson State 5-star recruit. Travis Hunter. He took Twitter to address allegations from Nick Saban that he received $1 million to attend Jackson State. And then Jimbo Fisher went off at Saban. After what Saban said about Jimbo, Jimbo goes, maybe someone should have slapped him. Oof. And then Saban apologizes, and he says he should have never really signaled anybody out after saying A&M and Jackson State bought recruits. And then Deion says he still loves Saban, but wants to talk in the open. You can't do that publicly and call privately. And then USC lands Jordan Addison as he will transfer to USC. So that is great news for USC and a big loss for Pitt. And in non-sports news, Rihanna welcomes her first child with A$AP Rocky. And it was a baby boy, so congrats to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. And AOC confirms engagement to long boyfriend Riley Roberts. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got engaged. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. This is a tough one. There's a lot of dogs I like, but I don't know if I want to bet on the dogs. I'm going to lay 1 unit on... This is another ballsy play. But I love the Astros run line. Absolutely love it. -1.5 at +112. So I'm gonna lay the 1.5 +112 of the Astros against the Rangers as my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for today's show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything and looking ahead to everything on Monday. I'll be back tonight actually with Jeff Burns as we are going to preview and pick the Preakness and maybe get into some local sports news and whatnot. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.